There are many cases where you would design a block and you're going to use that block, the same formatting, the same content on each and every page. And in the future, when you make maybe any changes to it, you want it to reflect across your site. That is done within the builder by activating the global block feature for a specific block. I have a contact us page here, which I want to appear on each and every page throughout my site. First thing I will do is to make it a global block. Go to the block settings all the way to the left and select Make it global. This will turn it now into a global block. It gives us this condition page, but let's close this one for a while so we first can see what has happened here. In the top right of the settings for that specific block, there's a little blue icon with an earth globe in there, and this indicates that it is a global block. Now the global block can be found also from the block manager. If you go there and you select global blocks, you will see here I have a few that I've already created, as well as this one that is a global block. Let's close it and have a look at the settings. Select the settings all the way to the left and click on display conditions. This opens the splash screen that we saw earlier. What this conditions will do is to allow us where this will appear, and this is a pro feature. Currently, it is included to appear only on the home page. It will not appear on any other page unless we add it to those pages, and then it will appear there. But from this conditions setup, we can actually give the global block instructions as to where we want it to appear. So we can include it on this page, or we can add another page, and let's say we want it to be on our About Us page. And we can add another one that's going to be on our gallery page, because the last page that we have is a RSVP page that already contains this block. So we're not going to add it there. But instead of adding it 3 times, we can go the other way around. Let's remove these two and we go to include all, and then we add a new one. We put it on exclude by clicking on include. And then we select pages and we say RSVP. Now this global block will appear on all our pages, but it will exclude this specific page. Let's click on save. In the event where I make any changes to this specific block now, while it is a global block, let's say I want to change the background color to this teal, it will affect so across my entire site wherever I have a block that is linked to this one. Now, what may happen is that on a specific page at one point you decide that I have this global block here, but I want it to be separate from the rest. I want to make changes here that will not affect the others. For that, you have to delink it. Just remember, once you delink it, you cannot bring it back as a global block to sync with the original one. To delink, simply go to the block settings all the way to the left and untoggle, make it global. Our little icon will appear, and now it's just a good old common block which you can make any changes to, and it will not affect the other synced global blocks. Where global blocks truly become very powerful is when we are working with headers and footers. I have a header here at the top, and you can see that I have already assigned it as a global block. I have it to set all pages, and here I can develop many kinds of headers for different kinds of sections of my page, especially if I have a very intricate website, and I can assign them to specific pages or pop-ups or stories, and just make sure that this global block will appear on those. The same for my footer. When I go to the bottom, I can put my footer, make it a global block, and then select on which pages I want to include it. Currently only on my home page, but I want to set this to all pages, save it, and that is the power of a global block. You may come across the situation where you don't want to use this footer anymore. Apart from deleting it here, what is very important is that you actually have to go and delete it from your global blocks within the block manager. Click here on add a new block and then go to global blocks, and here where you have saved it, make sure you delete it. Now, this may sound a little bit confusing. What's the difference between a saved block and a global block? Now, a saved block is a template that you save to use later on, a gallery layout that you've liked, like this one, and you want to use it again in the future, but you're definitely going to use different images and you do not want these to be synced. Whereas when it comes to global blocks, you really want them to be synced. Think maybe like testimonials that you want to use across your website. And when you make a change to one of those testimonials, you want it to also change on all the other pages where you have used that testimonial block. Same for other things like coupons and discounts that you give away. Very easy to set up the global block, make that change one time, and it will affect across your entire website.